my god. When you freeze it, it kind of like opens up the pores and you can just like get all that water out. This is slightly frightening. I'll show you guys clays after because it looks like ridiculous. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly, and if you're new here, I make everything gluten-free and vegan. Today, we're going to be making a maple butter tofu recipe. It is a take on a non-vegan recipe that I found, which was a honey butter chicken. So I swapped out and did maple syrup, vegan butter obviously, and tofu obviously, for a nice sweet and savory tofu dish. Let's get right into the first steps, which is preparing the veggies that will be the base to our tofu. To start, we're going to chop up all of our veg to be roasted in the oven. I have my carrots peeled and I wash everything so far. We have some mushrooms, cauliflower, broccoli, and then mini potatoes here. So we're gonna do the potatoes on one sheet and then all the other veg on another. So I'm just gonna throw everything into the same bowl. I'm preheating the oven right now to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And what I think I'm gonna do is try to cut every vegetable kind of the same size, like bigger chunkies. I want everything to like cook at the same time. I don't want there to be things that are not cooked. For the mushrooms, I'm going to leave them quite large because, like I said, do not want them to be cooking too fast. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna do them like either in half or in like thirds, depending on how big the mushroom is. Cauliflower, same thing. Nice big chunks. Because I know cauliflower as well can burn, so we don't want none of that happening. And broccoli, of course. Leave them like this size. For our potato friends, so I would do halves, but some of these are extra large, so I will do them smaller. And I find mini potatoes work the best for this. I have made them a million times and they are literally so good. They work out perfectly every time. Let's season our potatoes and our vegetables. So we're gonna do olive oil, a generous amount. I always go quite generous with everything here. Garlic powder. So I have no measurements, just eyeballing and give it a good shake. Black pepper, salt, and then I just kind of flip them like this around. Oh my god. We're just gonna use a couple spoons to do the stirring instead. Honestly, they slide so much better in the metal bowl than this glass one. Oh, I forgot rosemary. Okay, split in two, but I'm gonna do the same thing. And then for these, I'm not going to put any rosemary. Just give these a toss, and then onto the pan we go. For the potatoes, we want to do cut side down against the parchment. Perfect. You also want to make sure that there is a little bit of space in between each potato, even if it's a little bit, or else they won't get nice and crispy enough. For the rest of our veggies, I'm also going to try to aim for them to be cut side down. Alrighty, I'm gonna put the first two trays in on the middle rack, and then this one will go on just one right below. And we're going to start with 35 minutes and then check on everything and then see how much more time they need. While that's cooking, let's prepare our tofu. This was frozen. I love freezing my tofu. It just gives it such a much better texture. What I'm gonna do is cut this open and then just squeeze it, just squeeze the life out of it till a lot of the liquid is out of it, and then without like busting it open. When you freeze your tofu as well, you can squeeze so much more water out of it after, and like the texture is just so much better. Tofu is like a sponge, so when you freeze it, it kind of like opens up the pores and you can just like get all that water out, and then it'll just soak up so much more flavors. So I'm gonna just aim for cubes. That's what we're going for, little cubes. The last thing to sort of prep with this one is our garlic. So we have 4 cloves of garlic. And honestly, this recipe is so easy. I actually got it from Facebook or something like that. It was not a video, but it was actually for honey butter chicken. And I was like, I wonder if that would like work on tofu and with like maple syrup instead. And what do you know? I tried it out and it's actually pretty good. So that is where this whole idea stemmed from, and the recipe, I just converted it, obviously. I usually put it on rice, but I decided that was boring. I'm bored of rice right now, so that's why we're doing the roasted veggies. So we have, I wouldn't say like a low carb meal because there's potatoes still, but a more vegetable base with the tofu on top. Our timer is up. I just checked everything and it looks like it will be good to go with vegetables for another 10 to 15. Our pan is hot now. Let's start putting in our ingredients. 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of our plant-based butter. This is slightly frightening. I'm just gonna throw the tofu in there. I'm just gonna toss it. I'm going to just make sure all the tofu is in the butter and oil mixture. About half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And give it a mix. Ooh. Now I wanna make sure we have browned the tofu on at least 2 sides. Now that we have a nice little brown, I'm gonna add the rest of our ingredients. We have 2 more tablespoons of butter, our plant-based butter. Okay, pretend that you watched that come out of here. Our minced garlic. Now I'm gonna just get everything all coated in the butter, and our garlic, of course. So we want our garlic to cook in a little bit for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Just get it nice and coated on the tofu. 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and 3 to 4 tablespoons of maple syrup or agave. I have a generous 3 in here, and then we're gonna just mix it around and really let it coat everything on the low heat so we can just simmer and absorb the deliciousness. Okay, yeah. All those veggies became this half bowl. The potatoes aren't in here, but I mean, dang. Let's make our bowl. We'll start off with our potatoes, then let's do our veggies. Probably could have just mixed all these, but I was thinking that maybe this would look better. Feel free to like taste the veggies or the potatoes, add more salt or whatever you think you want. Tofu, try and get it in a nice little, well, I'm trying to make it look nice. And then last but not least, I just grabbed some from the garden, some green onions, and I'm just going to, you could also probably do some sesame seeds. That would probably look really nice too. It's a little garnish. I'll show you guys cloves after because it looks like ridiculous. It's so big. Time for a taste test for y'all. Let me try a broccoli. Oh my god, that's so good. Mushroom. You can taste the tofu flavor, like just a hint, but like it's sweet, it's salty, it's like buttery. The tofu is so good, y'all, and it's so quick and easy to make. Delicious. This is a super quick, easy meal you can make. Super simple ingredients, and you can prep up most of it beforehand and then whip it up in a pinch. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you maybe learned something new. Comment down below if you want to see some other tofu recipes, and like if you like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.